Hey friends, this is Pastor Zach coming to you from the sanctuary with another midweek devotional for this week. Today we're going to be looking at John chapter 13 verses 34 through 35. And this is the new love commandment that Jesus gives to his disciples. I give you a new commandment. Love each other just as I loved you. So also you must love each other. This is how everyone will know that you are my disciples, when you love each other. And so Jesus is actually at the Last Supper with his disciples. He had just welcomed them into that upper room and washed their feet, which was a humble act of service and love towards them. Then he had shared a meal with them around the table. And then even afterward, this happens right after Judas leaves. And so actually verse 33 is talking about how Judas leaves and goes and looks for that opportunity to betray Jesus. And so these are really Jesus' last moments with his disciples. And in this moment, it's a crucial moment. It's important. And he tells them that they need to start modeling his love by showing love for one another and by being humble in service towards one another, and to show love in the way that Jesus showed them. And so by this, he tells them that when they do that, when they love and serve others how he served them, then people are going to know that they are his disciples. You know, this was a very important lesson for them. In that time, Jesus was about to leave them. He was about to go and to be betrayed and be crucified and put into the grave. And he didn't want them to be unprepared when he left. He wanted them to keep this mission and this ministry going. And so he wanted them to know what it was going to take to truly be his disciples. And so they were the ones that were now charged with those acts of love by loving one another and those acts of humble service. And it was an important lesson for them. And I think it's also an important lesson for us. We need a good dose of that today because we need to also remember that we have to show love for one another. We must show that we are Jesus' disciples by how we treat one another. You know, we've just started a new school year. We're starting some new beginnings with a lot of different things, and things are really busy across the street over at MSU. And my friends, we also are living in a very challenging time, in a world that's pretty self-centered, and we have more people who are more concerned about their own self than how they are going to love and serve their neighbor. And so we really need a good dose of this, my friends. We really need to change that perception or to change how people see how we love one another, because that is how Jesus says others are going to know that we are his disciples. So my friends, how are you going to show that you are Jesus' disciple? Whether you're at work or at home, out on the road, here at church, how are people going to know that you are a true and an authentic disciple of Jesus Christ? I think if we have we learned anything from today's passages, from Jesus' own words to his first disciples, that people are going to know that we are his disciples, or we prove, I guess we prove to Jesus and prove to God that and also prove to the whole world that we are disciples when we love one another, when we love our neighbors as ourselves, which is just below loving God with our whole heart, soul, mind, and strength, is the next most important thing, that we love our neighbors as ourselves. And I think we really need to keep that in mind, because no matter where we are or what we are doing, we have to show love for one another. We have to show that we are Jesus' disciples by the way that we treat others. Now notice Jesus didn't put any conditions on this. He didn't say that you only have to do this at church, or you only have to love the group of friends that you want to be around. He didn't say any of that. He just said, you are going to prove that you're my disciples, or you're going to show that to the world by how you love one another. So my friends, that's our charge, really, as Jesus' disciples in the world today. We are charged with showing love for one another. Not just here at church, especially here at church. I hope that we do a really good job of loving one another here at church. But out in the world also, we have to show that we love one another through the way that we treat other people. So my friends, go out and show love for one another. Go out and show others how you love your neighbor, how you are a true disciple of Jesus Christ. So go and do that and prove to the world that you are a disciple of Jesus Christ, so that maybe somebody else who doesn't know Jesus, who doesn't know the love of God, might come to know God through you and the love that you show them. My friends, go out and show love for others, and have a good day. I'll see you next time.